seconds and counting.
Hey, what's good, guys? It's Clutch here and Essam here, back with another video. And for today's video, we're talking about the Houston Texans. And we just wrapped up week 2 of the NFL season. Week 3 is quickly upon us. And I want to talk about one player who's kind of been exceeding expectations, even being the number 2 overall pick. And that's quarterback CJ Stroud. I mean, he's been lights out so far, especially in week 2. I mean, for a guy like me, who I've been a fan of Stroud ever since 2021, I've been following him since his first ever game at Ohio State, or his first ever start at least. I didn't follow him since he was like a freshman or whatever, but his first ever start at Ohio State. I mean, I've been watching that game, that was the first game I ever watched of Stroud, and I've been watching every game since. And I've always been a fan of Stroud, so seeing him do stuff like this isn't anything new to me, but how quickly he's picking stuff up, I mean, it's kind of I don't want to say surprising, but that's great news to hear, especially for all of the pre-draft down talk on him that, he got a whatever it was in the S2 test. He's not a good test taker. He can't read defenses. He's not the brightest of guys. I mean, that at first, once you heard that was just kind of dumb right off the bat. That doesn't even really make sense. I mean, CJ Stroud even answered that perfectly. He said, I'm not a test taker. I'm a quarterback. And I mean, that's true. You don't need to be able to take a test to play quarterback. I mean, I guess it helps being able to read defenses and whatnot, but the S2 test and everything else, I mean, that was kind of dumb from right off at the bat. But that's not the point. CJ Stroud, he's been phenomenal. Against the Colts, this is his stat line. He was 30 of 47 passing, 384 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns, 0 interceptions, which is great, and a 106.9 passer rating. And one thing that stands out especially to me is 30 of 47. He had 384 yards, so that means he was well over that 10 yards per completion, that yards per completion rating. He was well over that 10.0. And I mean, for a quarterback, that's rare to see nowadays. Yes, it was just one game, but for most seasons, you only see quarterbacks maybe hit like 9.5. You'll occasionally see guys like Mahomes, Allen, and whatnot have over 10, but most quarterbacks will have exactly 10.0 or less. I mean, seeing him have I think, I'm not the best at math, but I think that's well over almost 14, probably even a little bit more. But seeing that yards per completion up, seeing his pass completion percentage, I mean, not the best. 30 of 47 is not the best, obviously, but it's pretty good. Let's keep in account that he's in a second game as a rookie quarterback. Who cares if he was a second overall pick? A rookie quarterback's a rookie quarterback at the end of the day. We all have seen Bryce Young struggle being the number 1 pick, who is touted as one of the more safer prospects, or one of the more safer QB prospects, that is, to come into the league. Everybody thought he was going to be this surefire guy, this guy who's going to come in, be NFL ready right off the bat. And if anything, that's been CJ Stroud. Since week 1, CJ Stroud has been great. I mean, the first week of preseason, it kind of looked shaky against the New England Patriots. Even myself, I was like, oh no, this doesn't look good. But I mean, CJ Stroud, he's a guy that's going to go back. He's going to watch everything that he did wrong. He's going to go. He's a very coachable guy. His quarterback, Coach Gerald Johnson, they've been knowing each other for a while now, so I'm sure they have a good relationship. All of those things come into an account. And the relationship with Bobby Slowick, of course. I feel like Bobby Slowick hasn't done Stroud any positive favors. I'm not going to say he's done any negative favors, but I don't think he's really helped Stroud too much with the play calling. Obviously, the run game has been pretty bad. I mean, Pierce is yet to break a 50-yard game, I think. And being a guy like Dameon Pierce, you'd expect him to have almost 75 yards at least a game, and he hasn't even broken 50 yet. So the running game hasn't helped Stroud at all. But the passing game, I mean, this offense was supposed to look like a variation of the 49ers offense, so the West Coast type of offense, a Miami offense, something like that. And we're yet to really see that. It's probably due to a lack of the offensive line. And a lack of the offensive line. He's not comfortable with the starters yet. He doesn't have his left tackle. I mean, he played week 1, but he doesn't have his left tackle right now. Should be back next week. Laramie should be back next week. Titus Howard should be back in week 5. Same thing with Juice Scruggs and Jared Patterson. So once those guys come back, maybe he'll get a little bit more comfortable, Bobby Slowick, that is, with the play calling. Things that I really, really, really want to see from the play calling that would really help CJ Stroud and this offense in general is more motion with purpose. If you watch the Miami Dolphins game on, what was it, Sunday night against the New England Patriots, I watched pretty much most of the game, a good part of the game. It's like the end when it was pretty obvious who was going to win. But the Miami Dolphins offense and their play caller, they're great with motioning with purpose. Every single motion that they do, it seems like they have motion at least like 2 or 3 times a drive, if not more. They use motion a lot in that offense, and I think the way they use it with purpose, like jet sweeps, fake jet sweeps, it gets linebackers moving. The way we use motion, we didn't really use it too much in the Colts game, and I think that hurt us in the first part, especially when they were just blitzing us and killing CJ within 2 seconds. They were already hitting CJ, and especially in that first quarter. After that, CJ got more comfortable, had a little bit more time because the Colts had to play back because CJ was carving him up. But in week 1, when we did use motion a lot, it really didn't have much purpose, and that's something that I didn't really like at all. When I say purpose, again, I mean like the guy, like the slot wide receiver. You have Tank Dell. Motion him, either do like a fake jet sweep or an end around, or we used to do that really good with Deshaun in 2017, especially in his rookie year. We did like some type of, it was Bruce Ellington. Bruce Ellington was in the slot. Deshaun was in shotgun. He would motion Bruce Ellington over. He would come, and then he would motion him back, and he would do like some end around thing behind the whole running back and quarterback. And it would just confuse the defense. It would give Stroud more time. It would really confuse the defense. Stuff like that. It has purpose. The way we did it against Baltimore, it was just, I don't even know how to explain it. It didn't have purpose. It didn't help our offense. If anything, it just made us more, it made the offensive line more confused on the snap count. It made everybody more confused. And that's something Bobby Slowick really needs to work on, is the timing. And again, it's probably because of the offensive line. 4 out of the 5 starters are injured. They're not playing right now. So that's probably a big thing. But that's one thing I really want to see. It's going to help CJ. It's going to help get these quick completions, these quick, easy money yards. Get Dameon Pierce on motion. Get Devin Singletary. Get both of them. Get Singletary and Pierce in the game at the same time. Do some motion like that. And it also helps in the screen game. On the screen game, it feels like we called at least 5 screens against the Colts, and really none of them worked. Some of them got hit behind the line of the scrimmage. Some of them was a no gain. It was a disaster in the screen game. I think maybe we got one okay screen. That was maybe like 5 or 6 yards. I think that's the only one I remember. But stuff like that, I mean, I think it's really going to help CJ. But the point of this video, CJ, he's been amazing. I'm not surprised at it by all. I think he's going to continue performing. Wouldn't be surprised if he's going to be the rookie of the year this year. I think it's going to be tough to compete with Bijan, because Bijan is more of that media guy, more of the media clickable guy, like Bleacher Report, all of them. They're going to be posting every single Bijan highlight compared to Stroud. He can have 300-yard games every now and then, but it's not going to get as much talk as the Bijan 30-yard touchdown run where he jukes out 3 guys. It's not going to get as much talk as that, and I think Bijan's going to end up winning. But as a pure quarterbacking, I think CJ Stroud, he's great. He's going to end up being a top 10 quarterback in this league, I think. I don't have much doubt about it in my mind. He's been the leader of this offense. Every guy on this offense gravitates towards him. He's going to be that guy, and I'm very excited for the future. He's been making Nico Collins break out. He's been having Tank Dell. I don't want to say break out because it's just his rookie year, but he's been having Tank Dell playing at a pretty good level. Robert Woods, he's actually been surprising me. I did think he was gonna have a little bit of a tough time to get back to his usual self, considering he was coming back from an ACL. But he's kind of surprised me. He's been there for Stroud. He's been a safety blanket. I've loved seeing that. But I mean, yeah, let me know what you guys think about CJ Stroud. I'm gonna be making a Nico Collins video sometime this week, maybe tomorrow, maybe Thursday, whenever that is. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Are y'all impressed with CJ? Are y'all excited to see CJ? Are y'all surprised at all? But yeah, it's been Clutch City Entertainment, and hope you guys have a good day. Peace.